some people who want to sell their homes are feeling stuck. Joining us now is our real estate expert, Rick Sadle. How you doing this morning, Rick?
Oh, pretty good. How about you guys?
Well, for Monday, we're right up there. What advice would you have for sellers who are scared to sell their homes because they're afraid they can't buy another one because the supply's tight and the prices are going up?
Well, yeah, this is actually something that I run into all the time. I was actually just talking to a seller yesterday who had that exact fear. She's kind of panicked. She really wants to sell her house, but she's afraid that she's going to either take her a long time to find a new house or she won't be able to find it.
So let's say the seller accepts an offer. They just have to take it, but then they can't find anything in terms of another house. What do?
Well, hopefully they figure out their strategy beforehand. That's the big thing, right? So what I'm telling people is, hey, look, if you're just concerned about that it's going to take a long time, then we can negotiate maybe a long close, or we can negotiate a rent back where they go ahead and close, they have the money to buy their new house, but they rent back from the buyer for 30 or 60 or even 90 days sometimes. But if they don't do it in advance, then we've got a problem. They can be sued for specific performance, which basically just means being sued to actually sell their house, and they can sometimes get damages and those kinds of things. We actually had a seller just last month who had decided to sell his house. He was moving out of state. He quit his job. We got a buyer, went through inspections and appraisals and all that stuff, and it was time to close, and then he got offered a job here in Portland, a job that he couldn't refuse. So then we went to the buyer and said, hey, Mr. Buyer, will you let us out? Buyer said, unfortunately, I've got a buyer for my house, and he's got a buyer for his house, so we just can't. We got to go ahead and close on this property. So then my seller was forced to choose between either being sued or going ahead and selling his house, and he actually had to choose to sell his house, and he turned around and bought another one right nearby. So it could be a pickle.
Yeah, kind of a delicate balance, but good advice. Planning ahead definitely makes sense. Rick Sadle's with Keller Williams Realty and www.sadlerealestate.com.